this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Reverend Vivian. And Reverend Vivian asks whether it is ever appropriate to ban someone from your temple or group. And my answer to that is, oh my goodness, yes. And when is it appropriate to ban someone from your temple or group? When they are an irresolvable problem, and when they are damaging the temple or group. And there is a wonderful book out there called Antagonists in the Church. I highly recommend it. It's written from a Christian perspective, but pagans have the same problems. And it talks about different kinds of disruptive personalities who cause chaos for the sake of causing chaos or to build their own personal power at the expense of the organization. Also, if you read my degree books, you'll find, particularly in second and third degree, discussions of these same kinds of group dynamics. If you're running a temple or group, your first duty is to the temple or group. And if someone is there who is basically poisoning the well, you need to get them out. Now, you should certainly try to work with them first. You should try to explain that there's a problem. You should try to resolve the problem. But if they're not willing to address the problem, ultimately they're going to have to go. And I'm a great believer in bending over backward to try to help to address those problems, but ultimately, if you see the person isn't going to ameliorate their behavior, and it actually is damaging your group or damaging yourself, they're going to have to go. And it's very foolish not to do that because many, many, many pagan temples have been destroyed by just one person whose bad behavior was never addressed. There are all kinds of different antagonists that you might find yourself dealing with in your group. And again, there are a number of resources for learning more about that. But when you have one who is causing problems either by disruptive behavior, by incessant damaging gossip, by setting one member against another, or any of a number of other different things that people might do, then you really have to address that behavior or get rid of the person. Sometimes you can actually address the behavior. They may not realize they're doing it, they may not really want to do it, but very often it's quite intentional. And it's just how they've always related to things, and if they're not willing to deal with it, they really do have to go. Now, shadow work, which seems to be our theme this week, is one way that they could address those behaviors even if they're not conscious of them, because it could cause them to become conscious of it. And it would be one thing that you might try to get them to do. But sometimes there's just nothing that can be done. And in those cases, you have to take action. If you don't, you could see everything destroyed. And do not think that one person indulging in bad behaviors cannot become a huge problem. They absolutely can. And in those cases, they must ultimately be banned. And, you know, it's not a pleasant thing, but it can be a necessary thing. And don't let anyone tell you that you must put up with bad behavior, because the truth is, group leaders who do put up with bad behavior often end up without groups, and whatever good they might have done ends up being squandered. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Pray for peace. Pray for love. Pray for stability. Pray for the nation where you live. Pray for the world. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from witchschool.com. Are you looking for the best in pagan and magical education? With more than 12,000 pages, witchschool.com is like having your own personal library with individual learning assistants to help you study. And Witchschool's Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere education system is available any place on Earth, anywhere you are and anytime you want it, as long as you have an internet connection. Witchschool's lifetime memberships are a great value. They really do last a lifetime. They've been there for years and they'll be there for years to come. So get your membership today at witchschool.com.